What's good, Taurus? TT here with another channel message. For those of you that are new, I am a psychic medium here on YouTube, so you will occasionally see me channel messages not only from the cards that you see on the table, but also from my environment. So you may hear lots of background noise. If those messages do come through, I will interpretate them for you. So we're just going to pull some cards from all of my favorite oracles, and then we'll take a look and see what the overall energy is around you, Taurus. What's the tea, what's going on, and whatever it is Spirit needs you to know about your environment, okay? If you're still here with me at that time, we will dive a little bit deeper into your own personal channel messages for your highest and greatest good. So get comfortable, okay, Taurus? Welcome if y'all are new. All right, so we have this card here. I'm going to pull one more because I just feel guided to. All right, bet. All right, Taurus, let's get into it. I'm excited. I feel like today's going to be a good day. Like, just overall, you're going to feel like restored, okay? You're gonna feel like it's a pick-me-up. I don't know what type of pick-me-up this is, but the universe has done something to reassure you. Your spiritual team has done something to reassure you that all is not lost, that you are not alone, and that even though things may be happening at different timelines, on different paces, all of it is a part of your journey. All of it is necessary. So there's no phase of the karmic wheel or of the fate wheel that is wasteful or not useful on your journey. And so whatever phase that you are currently on right now, this is your confirmation. If you've been feeling restored, you're feeling like, you know what? I feel fertile, I feel like I could celebrate, socialize again, come out of that dark place and really like progress, then this is definitely your confirmation. You are a lifelong student, okay? So that's the energy that I'm connecting to. All right, overall energy for my Taurians. Something about boats and seasick, okay? The way this camera is rocking, I had a moment of feeling seasick. All right, so some of y'all could be in the water. Something can make you feel nauseous. This could be something that you've ingested. Okay, some of y'all may go out on a date as well. And then we have shadow work in reverse. Okay. You're gonna feel like a hard part is over. Like you could just sit back and relax. That's how I feel. 35, 53, 49. Like, not to worry. Something's going to make you feel like, you know what? Not to worry. This is a learning experience. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get what I want. It just means that something better. Every time there's a letdown in your life, I just see your perspective changing. Like, that just means something better is meant for me. That just means I'm going to it's not coming in fast like everybody else, because sometimes the best is always saved for last. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And if you've been wondering when it's going to happen for you, I feel like y'all are definitely the ones where the best are being saved for last, okay? Which means it's gonna be bigger than you ever could imagine. All right, so we have played out in reverse. So I see like this energy of like, come on with it, come on, lessons and triggers, come on with it, I'm ready, I got it in me today. Because you got the knowledge, you got the power. Once you got the knowledge and you know it's not you tripping, when someone tries to play you instead of running away from the situation, like, oh, I don't want to be bothered, just leave me alone, just give me my money. You'll be like, I got time today. Especially if I'm gonna be good regardless. Yeah, I got time today. Say less. Some of y'all just could be dealing with child services, kids at risk of being taken, or is about to, reporting something, neglect, abuse, and we have played out in reverse. Someone could be attempting to accuse you, or this may be what they like to say, like, oh, you're not giving someone the best because you keep taking time to yourself. All right, so you got time today of anybody that's trying to make you feel like, you know, why does it have to take you so long, Taurus, to give yourself me time? Or why does me time have to be so long? Why is it that you put all the other people's needs behind your own? And that's because you've learned how to, when you prioritize yourself and you fill your own cup, you have something to give to other people. But if you're not prioritizing yourself and filling your own cup, then that means that you're leaving it for other people to do it. And I don't see you explaining this to anybody. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I could show you better than I could tell you type of energy is all over this reading. And so, of course, they're going to accuse you of being neglectful. Of course, they're going to say, Taurus is just being selfish and mean. Of course, that comes with the territory. But that ain't nothing new to you. You know that they're just triggered. And so the trigger ain't for you. But you definitely, your actions, your cutoff game is strong. Your actions is making people run in circles. They got no control over you. It's making people run in circles. And then the crazy part about it is they're curious about why you're not wanting to run in circles. So it's like your self-love practices, your standards is making someone even more interested in you. This is backwards. Okay, someone's wants to be more forward, like they can't stand you but they want you because 10 of Wands, they secretly desire you. And they're acting as if they're in this energy of like, I can't take it anymore. I want whatever is in that fucking cup. Whatever it is that you claim that you got, that you give to yourself, it looks delicious. The moon card, that's what they're saying. It gotta be something good in that damn cup. Whatever it is that you're doing, it looks better over there. What I got over here, I don't like what I got on my plate. So funny. There are people around you that are just so curious about what you're about to do next. They feel like you're gearing up for something, like you're preparing for something, Taurus, and nobody has any idea, but they know it's gonna be like really good because you don't, like, you go for exquisite, like you apply things in such a way where if they act childish, you would be it's my service. And they feel like you're about to literally blast off. And they feel like it's gonna be like better than it's ever been done, like you've ever done it before, because you just you drop in people, places, and things like bad habits. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming up real cold turkey. Like once your spirit tell you no, you like, yeah, I got a bad vibe about you. Good night. Good night. Good day. All right. So I also feel as if someone is gonna feel triggered, like they lost all respect for you. Like they were happy for you, but then they were doing something in secret to detour you away from doing something that you love, trying to disrupt your peace. And then they lost all respect for you. And it's because of the 5 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. There's something about this person that they don't like you to remember. Like they don't like you to remember about how they're doing this, like what their secretive motives are. They don't like that. So the 2 of Swords in reverse is saying that someone can feel that you have opened your heart in a way where You genuinely don't care about losing these people, places, or things. And you know, a lot of people will use the fear of losing them as a way to get you to compromise with them. And it just depends on if you want that compromisation. You get what I'm saying? I just feel as if Page of Cups in reverse. So they wanted to, it's like, how do I explain it? Someone's secret intentions were to lay up with you, to get close enough to you. Some of you guys, y'all could have shared spaces together, homes together, beds together. And this could be like someone's parent-child dynamic. Someone wants to get close enough to you, play on your emotions, talk about regrets of them, like, oh, I wish when you were younger I did more of this, or I wish we had a better relationship with that. Page of Cups in reverse is saying that someone wants you to admit that you are still hurt by something that happened in your childhood, that either they did to you or that they didn't do for you. They could have neglected you in some way, but now you're a beautiful butterfly. So when you were innocent, someone could have also did things to like disrupt your innocence, your developmental phases in your life. And at this age, with the Queen of Wands, this is telling me that you are like well on your way to having that rite of passage of becoming like mother, maiden, crone. Just depends on what transition you're in. It's a maturity thing. Like you have really out matured a lot of people in your set and people that are before you. So someone thought that if they could say I'm sorry and like backhanded apologies, and then bitch slap you right after, not necessarily saying physically, maybe they did, but I don't know, but like do something to stab you right after, that they would put you back in a emotionally vulnerable state that would make you start to doubt if you're doing the right thing. And this is someone that likes to feel as if what they say, their words are like the Holy Grail, okay, with the Empress. But they have to know what you value. If you don't value the same principles and morals that they once believed in, or maybe they taught you about, then this tactic wouldn't really work. You get what I'm saying? And I do feel as if I am connected to a Taurus energy where you looked at your wrist and you got time today. Okay, the 5 of Cups is saying that those memories don't plague you the same way it plagues other people, because you've already confronted that shadow work. So the shadow work ain't for you. It's for those that like to use the memories of the past as a way to either get into a debate about whether or not they actually did what they did, or to start talking about apologizing for shit that happened when you was jits or kids or whatever, or when you were not as mature as you are, when you were going through shit, all these different things. People like to open those dialogues of communication as a way to point fingers and blame people. And normally these people feel like they wouldn't have the time or day to even sit in the same vicinity as you to talk about the things that of the past, okay? Because you're just on that high, the Queen of Wands energy. You got too much shit going on in your life. And so at this period of people are noticing that you are taking a break, you're resting, you're refueling your cup. And so this is the perfect opportunity to open that conversation and that dialogue, because they feel like you're open to have it. Now what I do see happening here is you're gonna let people put their foot in their mouth. You can let them put their foot in their mouth. I see you listening and allowing them to vent, because it sounds like people that normally, these are the type of people that don't ask you if you have the time to hear them vent, or they don't want to feel like they don't want to get your permission, like, hey, I want to talk about this, do you have time for it? Nah, these are the type of people that would be like, I happen to be at the right place at the right time, and I want to talk about something that happened a long time ago. Okay, now the real question is, are these people prepared for the motherfucking truth? Are they prepared? Or is this a foolish, or is this like foolish as fuck? Like, really? Yes, 10 of Pentacles. There's a conversation coming here about your success, Taurus, and how they're investing in somebody is indirectly investing in you, and someone doesn't want to invest in you at all. And so I do feel like someone is having a conversation with other people, the Queen of Wands, about this dynamic when it comes to you. And it's like, since you're so successful, since you got so much shit figured out, go out there and go figure it out on your own. So what if you're having a rough patch? So what if, you know, you're struggling artists, content creators, or whatever the fuck you're doing? Because this is saying you have some type of public reputation, okay? And it triggers them. So what if you're not, it's not an easy path for you. That's what you wanted, so that's your life. Go out there and live it, okay? And that's because you ain't hurt like the rest of the hurt bays out there in the streets, and you living your life in a way where people, it's not even like they want to, how do I say it? So I'm not trying to say like your life is not miraculous. What I'm saying is, this is all about control. It has absolutely nothing to do whether or not you have the long end of the stick or the short end of the stick. This is just about feeling as if they have no control over your emotions, and that is what's fucking people up. So I see you allowing them to have their beliefs. Like, nah, you have your beliefs. I'm not here to defend myself against you and you against myself. No, I don't see you doing that. Straight up, I see you allowing people to attack you. Go ahead. And if you're gonna bother these Taurians, you better make sure you go for the kill. Because if you don't, and all I see you doing, Taurus, is forgiving them. With the Three of Swords, this is saying, I forgive you. So every time you forgive an unhealed person, you allow the burden to go to a higher power, and that higher power is going to handle them accordingly. You see what I'm saying? Ashe. Let's get your channel messages. And so the power of forgiveness and walking away from situations has nothing to do with you just running. No, that's the assumption. Okay? Because the part that they haven't got is that forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you. It is not for the other person. So we have the Garden and the Gate. Door to personal value. We have Star Power in reverse. What does it say? Become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity. Step into the spotlight. Oh, okay. So you don't be trying to attract. You don't be trying to attract negative, like people. That's why you don't really. Like, I'm gonna leave it sideways because Spirit is saying leave it, because it's like, I gotta move the titties though, Spirit, come on now. It's like, even though like you gotta network with people and meet other people and interact with people, you don't really care for the drama that comes along with following your purpose. You don't really care for the spotlight and the attention, positive and negative, that comes along with it. So I feel you, and I feel like that's also a reason why you haven't really made certain decisions, or you're worried, confused, or concerned about what decision is the best decision for you. Is the spotlight worth the drama? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you're gonna have people that fuck with you and don't fuck with you, is it worth it? Are you in the mood to have to cuss people out? Because you got the Queen of Swords energy. I feel like a lot of y'all are, there goes that innocence again. We have Beacon of Hope, Spring Buds, Innocent Growth, Vulnerability. Okay. For all my Aquarius placements, let me talk to y'all for a second. Okay, you can still have Taurus in your chart. Taurus placements are fine. But my Aquarius placements, a lot of y'all are being thrusted to leave a familiar life, right? And with the star energy here, I feel like this is talking about Aquarius North Node. Definitely Aquarius North Node. What about the Aquarius North Node spirit? So pretty much what spirit is saying is like, your South Node would be Leo, right? And so it's like having relations with people for the sake of, like, how do I say it? Because the Queen of Swords energy can be someone that used to be married or something like that, because it gives divorcee energy. And so that's kind of the strongest message that I'm getting here, is that you're not single by some type of tragic ending that should have never happened, and you had no choice but to just be single and focus on yourself. No, you're single because of something to do with your life purpose. You're on a phase. A lot of y'all have left your dark night of the soul, right? So you got to be like in your mid-30s, 40s energy. I don't think you've reached your second Saturn return yet. So let's say hypothetically you haven't reached your second Saturn return, or however they quote it. This is the time of your life where you would be getting out of your comfort zone. It could be, like I said, 31 in your mid 30s or something like that, because we have 30 and 31, where you're meant to, hey, I got a job, it's in another state, I want to go there, but I'm afraid to leave my hometown, my home city. Boom, you do it anyway. You do it scared. You meet people, right? Those connections and the right people that are gonna support you are waiting on you, right? That's why we have companion here sideways, waiting on you to make that decision, waiting on you to decide if you are ready to come out of your comfort zone. For a lot of y'all, this is putting yourself in a position where you're able to be seen. People are able to, to really get a feel for your personality, your character, like who you are. Not, yes, it's gonna come with judgment and stuff like that, but ultimately, no matter what is thrown at you, it can be nothing more worse than where you've been. You get what I'm saying? And so, like, a lot of you have grew up in, like, with shady ass family, shady ass friends, shady ass relationships, and so you are a master of shade. And you know how to, I feel like the last part of your ascension process was learning how to revisit events of the past without feeling as if, just because you resented them, as if your inner child is still unhealed about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a different, when your inner child is at peace and has forgiven you for whatever resentments your inner child has to you, because your inner child is only going to resent you, your older version of yourself, the part of yourself where they felt like they were left alone and they had nobody in the world. And so that's why I say you truly and genuinely only forgive yourself. So you stepping out of that phase of like, okay, well, I'm still in that inner child energy where I have to protect my inner child, and you transitioning into a position of authority or in the spotlight, you're going to know how to handle the spotlight, because Spirit is making you practice with friends and family on how to respond to situations without allowing it to trigger you. And there's so many ways to do this, and so many different aspects of you have different parts of your like your Venusian energy, your Taurus placement in your chart, your Venus placement in your chart, It's going to also tell you how you also attract money, okay, and relationships. They go both hand in hand. It's a relationship realm. And so for a lot of you, the reason why you haven't acquired certain levels of tax brackets, or you haven't attracted the right tribe and doors to just open up, it's not because you're not applying yourself. There's something about stepping into the spotlight. It's a part of your purpose to make that transition. To allow your inner child to stay. It's like, okay, there's a time and a place for us to be vulnerable, and there's a time and a place for us to be look at things from a more insightful way, from a more inquisitive perspective, right? Versus curiously just falling into situations with people that you don't really care to be connected to. I feel like it's an inquisitive state. I wonder, so you're gonna have a lot of different offers, and to communicate effectively from a space of a healed inner child, it's gonna come from you being able to process information, right? Yeah. Progressively, with the intention to move the situation in a progressive direction, which is where you control the flow of energy, right? I know I control. This is pretty much what you're affirming with the universe. No, I control the flow of this conversation and the direction that it's gonna go in. And with this being my motherfucking place of establishment, business, work, whatever, you can't trigger your inner child, because you're not expecting things to be fair. You know where the control lies, and so what you give your attention to is what you multiply more of. And so as you come in contact with people that want to trigger those different things, it's like with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it's like, let them. You don't have to explain your beliefs or why you different, or why you or even warn them about their behavior. Let them do what it is they're gonna do. Children gonna be children. And I feel like a lot of y'all be like, you know what, I don't even want to have to do none of that. So to avoid, you see what I'm saying? To avoid even triggering people to try you, it's like, I want to control the energy of the situation so I can help them help themselves. And Spirit is trying to ask you to stop trying to help people to help themselves, because they end up owing you every single time someone attacks you. It's like you slowing down your own money, your progress. Every time somebody attacks you or does something to you, they owe you karmically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all this money being thrown at you, but you don't want to receive it. Because you're a social worker. I feel like a lot of y'all, because of what you may not want to do this because you don't feel as if that's a power that you should be able to wield. And let me go ahead and confirm what Spirit is showing me right now. Okay. For starters, it's not your power. Okay, so let's get that entitlement out the way. But let's use an example that everyone's level of consciousness can comprehend, right? For those of you guys that believe that Christ was sent down on earth to perform wonders, heal the earth, and all these different things, and that pretty much every person that betrayed, you see the birds, every person that betrayed Christ through crucifying him for being who he was, curse themselves simultaneously, right? And when his job was done, he ascended back. Okay, from a master teacher's perspective, if you believe that is like there's honor in that and things like that, then you would also understand why putting you in a position where other people around the world can find you is so important, because you've already agreed to be down here on earth, reincarnating, not for the sake of money, but for the sake of your sacrifice, your commitment to come here and do whatever it is you're supposed to do. Right, Tay. Now, you understand that's not your power, but it is channeling through you. And so if the divine is using you as a vessel to channel power through you to perform these wonders and to perform, right, you as the magician in that I am position, then fulfilling your life purpose, even if it requires you to be in the spotlight and you don't really care for it, it's an honor to you, right? You would want to do it because it supports your belief system. Now, for those of y'all that don't have that belief system, like I think that's the whole gimmick and how they be trying to get people to sacrifice themselves, blase squaze. Okay, I would never want to put myself in that type of position, just be a sacrifice. That's the problem with the world. And so you could be a psychic that is on the opposite end of the spectrum, but it's all the same divinity, right? You may not resonate with that story, but understand that as the channel that you are recognizing yourself as, you are the story. And so you are actively co-creating with the divine on how your story will play out. And there will be some that you come across that resonate with you and things like that. But for the most part, you're not wielding the power. You're allowing yourself to be a vessel, a channel, and a space for that divinity to flow through you. But when you feel as if it's yours and that you are the person that is sacrificing to help everybody else, and you're placing yourself as the one that's doing it all, you will deplete yourself a lot faster. And and how you interact with psychic attacks and people doing things towards you and negativity, you'll see it from a space of, see, this is why I shouldn't even be doing it, or this is why I don't even like to do this, because y'all don't know how to do that, or y'all, right? You're trying to control too many variables outside yourself. You can't control the masses, right? Self-control, right thought, mastery, right? So in this situation, you have to apply the purpose. And you get determined. So when you don't agree with the narratives of the Bible or the narrated stories, right, that comes from that book, then you have to be the weaver of the story as the I am, as the conduit. Okay? Which means that by your experiences, you document your journey and you document your beliefs, and you make sure that is passed down. That is a part of one of your great works. And in the 2024, your biggest documentation is going to be visual, right? Because we're in the age of technology and Aquarian age. And so a lot of books are about to become archived. Newspapers, different methods that were once from the Piscean age are going to be seen less and less and less and less and less. And so the reality of the situation is to make sure that you're optimizing your reach where people can find you. You see how this is like, all of this is channeling. This entire energy is a vessel from here to there. It's all energy. No energy is wasted here. And so I don't care if you are putting yourself out there and there's no one even in your live chat, or there's no one even watching you, or there's no one that's supporting you. You are the conduit, so you're already wealthy. You know what I'm saying? It's all energy. It's all based off of how you feel. And so the Page of Pentacles is reflecting that, that you're learning about, some of y'all may be learning about higher level things, and so you're not really focused on the Ten of Swords, on who's lying and who's doing that, and stuff like that, so you don't really care to hear those things. But again, if the energy exists, you may be, and this is where it's like, I'm just gonna throw out some concepts, okay? If you're going to be asked by the divine to be a guide, right? To be a teacher, to be a leader, whatever, in a certain area where it deals with social service matters, right? Because that's what we saw at the bottom, right? Social service matters. It deals with a lot of unhealed low vibrational energy, right? The best way for you to be of service to anyone else, maybe you personally didn't go through it, but you went through it as a child, or you went through certain experiences, it's gonna always be from you being able to observe your own situation like an experiment, right? And your own childhood upbringing or whatever, and the path that you took. You may be well off for yourself now, but there were steps that you took. There was some of y'all, you just cut people off and you just didn't do it, and now you're being asked to help people that have gone through things that you went through, that you overcame, but because you didn't write it down and you just, said to hell with it, you don't know how to have the patience for it. So something is coming full circle, because whether you learn this at a young age or you learn this as an adult, you still gotta learn. You still gotta learn it. You get what I'm saying? You still have to master it. In so many words, that's what Spirit is saying. So your blessings are sitting in the ethers, and whenever you want it, you want to tap into this inheritance, and you want to step out of your comfort zone, it's gonna always be there waiting on you. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You trying to do it the heart. You trying to do it the way that's familiar to you. That's your South Node. You're trying to do it by way of, who you date, upgrading your life and your status really quickly. And some of y'all, it's like, well, okay, if they don't support me here and I ain't making it there, I'll go somewhere else. And so you are repeating a familiar pattern, because again, this is about knowing what's coming towards you, seeing it as taking an acquisitive approach and seeing it as progress forward. And when you look at life in those situations from those lens, there is nothing that you can't endure. There's nothing that you can't experience. And that's exactly where Spirit wants you. So you'll be able to take that negativity like a champion, right? Because you a walking tower. I feel like you are the tower. You are something about you are the tower moment in a lot of people's lives and their realities and all that good jazz. So let's get your reward, right? Let's get your reward. A lot of people like to say there ain't no reward for that. There's always a reward for everything that you do. And that's what I love about this beautiful journey, is there's always little nuggets and gems and rewards. And so we're gonna get you a little gem, okay? Gem. You could be dealing with a Gemini. Excuse me. I always hear Christmas and Gemini. Those are the two. What's the reward for this? What's the reward for this channel message, Spirit, for Taurus? So we have mountain and ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. All right. So know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. And so that we have 22 in mountain in reverse. And so Spirit is saying the reward here is to know that you don't have to remain cautious. Right? You don't have to remain cautious. You don't have to you don't have to keep taking the hard way. There's an easier route. And the easier route to whatever achievements that you're trying to achieve in life looks like it comes by way of you just allowing yourself to be appreciated and spoiled and treated like the royalty that you are. You see what I'm saying? So you have to stop believing in struggle love and struggle X, Y, and Z. And follow your North Node. You have to break up with the belief that it is selfish for you to believe that you deserve this. Money, relationships, companionships, attention, fame. But as long as you have that belief system inside, it's going to be a struggle to even make certain strides in your life and your career because of that belief system that says that money is the root of all evil, that says that attention and fame is how you sell your soul. Whatever those agreements are that you have in your subconscious realm, you'll notice how easier and easier it becomes to really tap into that, that divinity, that knowing that it's not something that anyone can take from you. Because if you genuinely believe and know that it's yours, the threat won't exist. Even if it approaches, even if it comes to you on a small level, they'll spend more time trying to watch and observe you to figure out where your cracks are. Okay. And so this is what trolls do. This is what negative energy does. It looks for your weaknesses and your own belief systems. And so if there's a belief system that's not serving you, then it's time to explore that. But for those where you've already eradicated this belief system and you are not in opposition to it, then the only ingredient that you're missing, love, is the part where you put yourself out there in the spotlight and you're attracting adversity. You're attracting a lot of something, a little bit of everything. Like, it's going to come with the territory. Also, for those of you where you are attracting healed and unhealed people that just come in to disturb your peace. But again, the only remedy you would be missing in your equation is putting yourself out there to be seen. I'm talking about you, not what you do, but you are the star. Okay, you are the star. And the moment you put yourself strategically in that position, I don't care about what you look like, sound like, do, whatever, like magic, you're gonna manifest it. Abracadabra. Oh, you know it. All right. So I love you, Taurus, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.